All right, everybody, welcome back. I am so excited for today's deep dive.
Yeah, this is a good one.
It really is.
Yeah.
Okay, so today we are taking a look at this blog post called "ROMPER El Algoritmo,"
Which means?
Breaking the Algorithm, by Santiago Garcia Pezal. He is a Uruguayan art director living in Peru. And this post just really got me thinking about how much algorithms shape our lives. Not just, like the YouTube algorithm.
Right, or like TikTok.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But also like the social and cultural structures that we live in.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to dive into today. What do you think?
Let's do it. I think one of the most interesting things that Pezal does in this post is how he expands on the definition of an algorithm.
Yeah.
He's not just talking about, computer code.
Yeah.
He's talking about learned behaviors.
Oh, wow.
Conditioning from, how we were raised and our upbringings, social structures, paradigms, prejudices. He's saying all of these things are algorithms that shape our worldview.
Wow. Yeah. I never really thought of it that way, but it's true. Like, all of those things kind of program us in a way.
Yeah.
To think and behave in certain ways.
Exactly. And it makes you wonder, right? Like how much of what we think, what we believe, even what we enjoy is actually like our own genuine thought versus just something that's been like programmed into us by these algorithms.
It's kind of scary to think about.
Right. And then even scarier when you think about how...
Like with social media.
Yeah. Social media is constantly using algorithms to like
totally
feed us content and like cater to what it thinks we want to see.
Absolutely.
Right.
I know for me, like I'm constantly getting like recommended videos on YouTube or like products on Instagram.
Right.
And it's like they know me so well. It's creepy, but then it's also like...
Well, that's the thing. Pezal points out, he's like, we love personalized recommendations.
Right.
But then we end up in this like bubble where we're only exposed to the things that we already, and so we don't get the chance to be challenged or to see new perspectives or like discover new things.
It's like almost like the more personalized things become, the less personal our experiences become.
Exactly. Like we're getting trapped in this like feedback loop of our own preferences.
Yeah. So then like, how do we break out of that?
Well, Pezal uses this really interesting analogy.
Okay.
He talks about like, imagine you're using a GPS to get somewhere.
Right.
And it always takes you on the same route every single day. It's efficient.
Yeah.
It gets you there, but it's also predictable.
Boring.
And kind of boring. Breaking the algorithm is like ditching the GPS.
Okay.
And taking a detour and exploring a new path.
I like that.
Maybe you discover some hidden gem.
Yeah. It's like getting out of your comfort zone.
Totally. And like being open to new experiences.
I think about like all the times that I've like randomly stumbled upon something amazing.
Right.
Just by like taking a different route or like trying something new.
Exactly. And that's what Pezal is saying. Like breaking the algorithm is about being intentional about stepping outside of that comfort zone.
Okay.
And then another thing he talks about is how breaking the algorithm is not just like a one-time thing. It's like a continuous process.
Right.
He actually connects this to the butterfly effect.
Oh, interesting.
Which is, the idea from chaos theory that like a small change in one place can have huge consequences somewhere else.
Wow. I never thought about connecting those two ideas, but it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, like think about it. Yeah. Even like a tiny decision that you make today could have ripple effects that lead to massive changes down the line.
That is pretty mind-blowing.
Yeah. It's empowering though too to think that like we have the agency to create change both for ourselves and for the world around us.
So it's not just about like discovering new restaurants or something.
Right? It's like
bigger than that.
It's about like recognizing that we're not just stuck on this predetermined path, right? That's been set by these algorithms.
We can actually change the path.
Exactly. We have the power to like rewrite the code.
I love that. So like what are some ways that we can like break the algorithm in our own lives?
Well, Pezal suggests like actively seeking out diverse perspectives.
Okay.
So like maybe reading books by authors from different backgrounds than you.
Okay.
Or like listening to podcasts.
Or watching movies.
Yeah. That challenge your worldview.
Yeah.
He also talks about like trying new things.
Yeah.
Like even if it's something that you think you might not like.
Right.
Just give it a shot.
Put yourself out there.
Yeah. And then another thing he talks about is like questioning the assumptions and beliefs that you've been taught.
Like, don't just accept things blindly.
Exactly. Like, think critically about the information that you're consuming.
That's so important, especially like in today's world.
Right, where we're bombarded with information from all sides.
Like, how do you even know what's real anymore?
Right. So it's like really important to be discerning.
and to think for yourself.
So, like, going back to the idea that Paisel brought up earlier about, like, even social structures are a type of algorithm. Like, what are some examples of those expanded algorithms?
Oh, he gives some really fascinating examples in the post.
Okay.
Like, one of the things he talks about is how societal expectations around gender roles act as an algorithm.
Okay.
Influencing our choices from a very young age.
Right.
Like, what toys we play with, what clothes we wear, what careers we pursue.
Totally.
It's like these deeply ingrained societal structures can often feel invisible.
Yeah.
But they have an enormous impact on how we live our lives.
It's like we don't even realize that we're being influenced by them.
Exactly. And so it's important to, like, become aware of these algorithms.
Okay.
And to decide if they're actually serving us or if it's time to break free.
I like that because it's like giving us the power back.
Totally. Like, we're not just victims of these algorithms.
Yeah. We can actually choose how we want to live our lives.
So I guess, like, the big question is,
Yeah.
what small algorithm breaking action could you take today?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think Paisel actually leaves us with, like, a really thought-provoking final thought in the post.
Okay.
He asks, if the world is shaped by algorithms, are we simply data points being manipulated?
Oh, wow.
Or can we be the programmers?
I like that.
Shaping the code of our lives and the world around us.
It's like, are we just along for the ride?
Right.
Or are we actually in control?
Exactly. It's a challenge to be conscious creators of our reality.
Absolutely. Well, hopefully this deep dive has sparked some algorithm-breaking ideas for you.
Yeah.
What algorithms are you going to break free from? Let us know.
Yeah, we would love to hear from you.
And until next time,
Happy exploring.
happy exploring.